74 people, representing 18 nationalities, get Dutch citizenship. SMMC and WYCCF invite the community to advance care planning event. SMMC provides tour of new hospital construction site to MPs. Curaçao could add nearly 28,000 vehicles by 2030 as road congestion intensifies. From the island of Sint Maarten, this is SXM Daily News for August 18th, 2026. Harbour View. A total of 74 people, representing 18 different nationalities, obtained Dutch citizenship during the 4th naturalization ceremony of 2026, held at the cabinet of the Governor of Sint Maarten. The ceremony took place on Tuesday, August 11th, in 2 separate ceremonies. The 74 individuals took the Declaration of Allegiance before Governor Ajamu Jibali and formally obtained their Dutch citizenship. Of the 74 new Dutch citizens, 16 were born and raised in Sint Maarten. The youngest was 3 years old, while the oldest was 81. In his address, Governor Bailey spoke of the significance of Dutch nationality and highlighted the core values of the Kingdom of the Netherlands and Sint Maarten as a democracy and a country governed by the rule of law. He pointed to the Kingdom Charter and the Constitution of Sint Maarten as the core constitutional documents establishing those principles. The governor also highlighted the rights and responsibilities that accompany citizenship, as well as the connection with the Sint Maarten community and the kingdom as a whole. He urged the individuals who obtained Dutch nationality to embody the friendly island spirit in their daily lives. Dutch nationality can be obtained in several ways. These include automatically at birth, if at least one parent is Dutch, through adoption or acknowledgement, or through formal procedures such as the option and naturalization processes. Of the 74 people who obtained Dutch citizenship on August 11th, 60 acquired citizenship through the option procedure, while 14 did so through naturalization. The procedures are governed by stringent requirements under the Kingdom Act on Dutch Nationality, or Rijkswet op het Nederlanderschap. To mark the completion of this milestone, the Governor's Cabinet organizes naturalization ceremonies for people who obtain Dutch nationality through the option or naturalization procedure. Attendance at a naturalization ceremony is mandatory and must take place within 1 year of the decision being rendered. The ceremonies are held across the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Through the ceremonies, the Cabinet aims to promote awareness and understanding of the process of acquiring. Sint Maarten Medical Centre, SMMC, recently provided a tour of the construction site of the Sint Maarten General Hospital, SMGH, to members of Parliament, MPs, and other Parliament staff. The visit was part of SMMC's ongoing efforts to engage directly with stakeholders and the community, providing vital information and updates on healthcare developments and the new hospital project. The visit began with a presentation on SMMC, its medical developments, and SMGH, followed by a question and answer opportunity. The MPs and their delegation were then given construction personal protective equipment, PPE, and led on to the active construction site. They began on the ground floor, walking through the future dialysis department, and visited all 5 floors of the building, including a model patient treatment room. These elected officials are the people's representatives, and we were pleased to have them visit our hospital for a closer look into what we do at SMMC and the future of healthcare on the island. The visit was a successful one, and we look forward to hosting our MPs again in the future, concluded SMMC.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Curaçao's already congested road network could face nearly 28,000 additional vehicles by 2030 if current development trends continue, placing substantially more pressure on roads during peak hours. The warning is contained in the Tourism Carrying Capacity Study commissioned by the Curaçao Tourist Board, CTB, and the Ministry of Economic Development. The research was conducted by Sustainable Travel International and George Washington University. The study identifies road congestion as one of several infrastructure problems becoming increasingly important as Curaçao's tourism industry and accommodation capacity expand. Researchers project almost 28,000 additional vehicles on the island by 2030, which would add substantial pressure to the road network, particularly during peak periods. The problem is closely connected to Curaçao's rapid tourism growth. The island received 700,242 stayover visitors in 2024, approximately 50% more than the 463,683 recorded in 2019. If the current trajectory continues, Curaçao could reach approximately 1.5 million stayover visitors annually by 2030. More tourism does not simply mean additional rental cars. Expanding hotels, restaurants, and other tourism-related businesses require more employees, suppliers, and services, generating additional daily movements across the island. The study notes that Curaçao's accommodation supply has already increased by 81% since 2019. At the same time, the tourism industry is becoming increasingly dependent on foreign workers as demand for labor exceeds local supply, adding further pressure on housing, roads, and public services. For residents, congestion is already one of the most visible consequences of that growth. The researchers specifically mention the airport road on a busy morning as an example of how even moderate additional demand can overwhelm particular locations. The study also found low satisfaction among residents regarding infrastructure and service quality, with congestion among the concerns identified. The findings suggest that Curaçao's traffic problem can no longer be considered separately from decisions on tourism, housing, and spatial development. The report calls for stronger coordination across government and specifically identifies traffic, transport, and urban planning (VVRP) as one of the ministries responsible for addressing infrastructure constraints associated with continued growth. Without intervention, the addition of thousands more vehicles could make existing bottlenecks increasingly difficult to manage before the end of the decade.
Now the local weather forecast tonight, variably cloudy with scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Surface winds, Tonight through Wednesday evening, easterly to east-southeasterly with a light to moderate breeze at 5 to 15 km. Higher gusts are possible. Sea conditions, sheltered areas open. Waters stayed, smooth to slight waves, swells below. Thirv 3 to 4, outlook through Thursday evening, partly cloudy with light haze and isolated showers. And now 3 days weather forecast.
Your social and health insurance is your social and health insurance.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
Your social and health insurances.
St. Martin Medical Center, SMMC, and the White and Yellow Cross Care Foundation, WICCF, invite the public to a free community event called Let's Start the Conversation on Thursday, August 20th from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., taking place at the WICCF's Big Dining Room. The event is open to everyone, and no registration is needed. The evening covers an important but sometimes difficult topic. What kind of healthcare would you want if one day you are unable to speak for yourself? Many families only talk about these questions when there is already an emergency. This event encourages people to start the conversation earlier, so loved ones and healthcare workers better understand a person's wishes, shared WICCF. During the evening, speakers will explain topics such as how to talk with family about healthcare wishes, how people can be involved in decisions about their own care, advance directives, and do not resuscitate DNR decisions. There will also be a panel discussion where visitors can ask questions and hear from healthcare and other professionals. The event follows a successful event at SMMC earlier this year, specifically for healthcare workers. SMMC and WICCF hope the event will help make these conversations easier and encourage more people to think about their wishes before a difficult situation happens. This event may be especially useful for people who have elderly parents, grandparents, or other loved ones, but everyone is welcome. Information and support will also be available during the evening, concluded SMMC. This is our SXM Daily Newscast. Thank you for joining us.